Attend Penn State University upon graduation.
Welcome into Memorial Field here in State College, Pennsylvania. My name is John Calavita. I'm joined here alongside my broadcast partner, Justino Rattini. And, well, we're getting you ready for another big matchup, the final game of the regular season between the State College Little Lions, who are right now 5-3. They're already headed to the playoffs. They are hosting the 4-5 Chambersburg Trojans. State College won last year 36-7 on the road at Chambersburg. Deontay Sheffy had one of the best games of his season, 23 carries, well over 100 yards and a touchdown. And Ty Salazar, he was the leading receiver in that game, two receptions for 41 yards. But just, what are we going to see tonight from these two teams?
What we're going to see tonight, John, I think you hit it nail on the head. We're going to see a lot of Deontay Sheffy, specifically running, up and down the field, laterally. And I think you're going to see a lot from Reagan Parker, the receiver for Chambersburg. He had a big week last week in the game against 2 weeks ago in the game against Central Dauphinese. Their last win, 34-33. It came in overtime too, and he had the game-sealing interception. But for Chambersburg, their big thing tonight is trying to get State College to not have a home playoff game, because right now State College and Central Dauphin are tied at 4-2 in the section. So a loss to State College would put them in fourth, and a win for Central Dauphin will put them in third. So right now State College is playing for position, and we'll see what their matchup for playoff-wise will be in the future.
Well, the big story last year for State College was Deontay Sheffy. He was a freshman phenom, but defenses have kept him in check this year. The biggest player on offense for State High, it's Ty Salazar.
Oh, yeah.
48 receptions already. He has nearly 50% of the team's receptions overall. He is less than 120 yards away from breaking the 1,000-yard receiving mark, and he may get there tonight. It's very feasible. He averages well over 100 yards a game. I want to see a lot more from him. He had a 3-touchdown game the last time we were here at State College, but he hasn't really scored much since, only 5 touchdowns receiving. He does have a couple of special teams touchdowns and a couple of defensive touchdowns. He's all over the field, the jack of all trades for this team.
Yeah, and for Salazar, he's just been a really good player this year. And remember, they've only played 8 games this year, so they haven't even played a full season. So really, if they played that one game that was canceled due to weather delay in Hollidaysburg, he might already be at 1,000 yards this year. He's been a great player overall, and like you said, the only touchdown they've had in the past 2 weeks was Salazar's pick 6 against Cumberland Valley last week. So he's going to be a big part of the offense and a big part of the defense tonight.
Well, he is going to have to get past a Chambersburg defense that did allow 60 points last week to Harrisburg. The Cougars, they're having a marvelous season. They're 8-0 right now. They're just playing spectacular. And the thing that works with Chambersburg's defense is they play with only 3 defensive backs. They play with 2 corners and a safety way in the back, the single high safety that you're going to see a lot from Chambersburg. But if Salazar is in one-on-one, look for sophomore quarterback Eddie Corkery to find him a lot tonight.
Yeah, and then if you're Chambersburg, you got to use your athletes, Jameer Jones. And you have to use all of your different linebackers that you have. They have a lot of good depth up front and on the linebacking core, and they also have a lot of big athletes on the back end. You have a lot of great types of players that can play all different positions. They have guys all over the field that play those positions. And for Chambersburg, I think tonight, John, you have to bounce back, right? You lost a really tough game last week. You gave up over 30 points in your last win, so you need to get back on defense and sort of play a little bit better. The offense will find its footing, I think, a little bit tonight, but the defense has to step up.
Well, just, the only stat that really matters is the W. We can talk all we want about yards and touchdowns. State College and Chambersburg have played every single year since 2004. That was before you were born.
Yeah, it was.
State College has won every single matchup since 2004. And this team, they've been on a roll. Chambersburg had a really tough season last year. They're going to play State College tough tonight. They want this win. They want to go 500.
Yeah.
But we've been hearing a lot all over social media, all over the internet, about the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Well, we can kind of equate it to this game. You got the Trojans over there, the gladiators, if you will, in the Coliseum. And on the other side, you got Lions and the Trojans. Well, they're going to use their whips, try to fend them off. But I don't know how successful they're going to be tonight, Justin.
Yeah, I don't know how successful they're going to be tonight, John. Coming in here, trying to get to 500, I think this is a great win you can have to build momentum into the next season. Last year, you weren't 500, you were 3-7. This year, you have a potential to go 5-5 and spoil a senior night here at State College in a game that has not really playoff implications, but implications that could affect the seeding, like I mentioned earlier, for State College. So your analogy of the Roman Empire was good, and I think it'll be put in play tonight.
Well, Chambersburg, they're playing for pride. State College, they want a higher seed. They want a home playoff game. Let's see what they can do as we head into the break. We're going to come right back with State College Little Lions versus the Chambersburg Trojans here on Friday Night Lights Football. We'll be right back. This is Justino Raccini. I'm John Calavita. We'll see you right back on CNET.
Tonight's athletic training services are provided by Mount Nittany Physician Group and under the watchful eye of athletic trainers Ryan Knight, Warren Damiano, Maeve McFeely, and Dan Chase, as well as team doctor, Dr. Kevin Wilson. We also thank Mount Nittany Physician Group for their services, support, and care for our student athletes. Fans, tonight is our first ever State High Football Gold Out game in support of State High Mini-Thon. Mini-Thon directly benefits the Four Diamonds organization fighting to end childhood cancer. Our Mini-Thon works endlessly to fundraise, promote, and plan their culminating 12-hour overnight, no sitting, no sleeping mini dance marathon. It takes place this school year, April 5th and 6th. Visit one of our tables on the concourse for more information or if you would like to donate. Go State for the kids. And again, please be aware that this venue may contain bright flashing lights and or imagery that may cause discomfort and or seizures for those with light sensitivity. The brighter flashing lights may occur during, but are not limited to, introductions, in-game scores, end-of-game victories, as well as halftime and post-game band performances.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting the State College Area High School Marching Band. Featuring over 140 instrumentalists. With the State College Area High School dance team, Majorettes and Silks. and drum major, Joshua Carlson. Presenting the colors tonight is the United States Army State College Recruiting Company. Please stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Do this. Welcome back inside Memorial Field here in State College, Pennsylvania. We're getting you set for a thrilling matchup between the 5-3 State College Little Lions and the 4-5 Chambersburg Trojans. My name is John Calavita. I'm joined here alongside my broadcast partner, Justino Ricchini. And, well, State High, they're on a bit of a losing streak. They have lost 2 consecutive, which is they've lost more in their last 2 games than they did all of last season. And what do they need to do tonight to get a little bounce back win and get some momentum heading into the playoffs?
I think what you need to do tonight, John, is I think you need to hit your playmakers. You need to hit Salazar. You need to hit Michael Gall. You need to hit Deontay Sheffy either out of the backfield on a pass or get him going in the run game because he's only had 495 rushing yards this season. Even if that, and I mean with 12 touchdowns, the touchdowns are there, but the yards are not. So I think this is a game. I think for State College, you need to get him going in hopes of making a playoff push.
Justino, you and I were here over a month ago, and we saw Sheffy. He really struggled. 12 carries for a negative 14 yards, and it was a very tough game that this State College team had to deal with. They lost on a 50-yard field goal. They missed it. It was really short. John Zip had a ton of leg on it, just not quite long enough. But this State High team, they've rallied around each other. It's been more of an adverse season than they would have liked to admit.
And I think that just makes you more battle-tested going into the postseason, John. I mean, listen, last year they had no losses going into the postseason, and yes, they made a deep run, but when it came to that final game, that final moment, they weren't ready for that final moment, and they lost that game, right? This year, they're coming in with a little bit of that, last year, Harrisburg beat them in the playoffs with a couple of losses coming in. This could be the way State College goes in, a 3 or 4 seed in the section and make a nice deep run. So I think, the losses are tough but in the regular season, but when you look at the big picture, the playoffs are what matter the most.
Things that you can talk about. You can talk about a lot in high school football. It's all about the team, and you go into every single game almost knowing that you can win both sides.
Yep.
Even though Chambersburg is most likely the underdog in tonight's game, they're coming in tonight knowing that they can win. But State College, a lot of these guys, a lot of the big-name players, guys like Justin Castro-Dixon and Sam Mayer, these guys, they've played a lot of games on this field. They don't want to go out losers, which in what could very well be the final time a lot of them even step foot as a player on this field.
Yeah, and that's something that Chambersburg has a lot of momentum for coming in. You know what I mean? You're fired up as a Chambersburg Trojan tonight and as a fan because you want to come in here and you want to get a big win, upset win. You're not knocking them out of the playoffs, John, but what you're doing is you're giving them, no more home games for the rest of the postseason. You know what I mean? You're making them go on the road. You're making them fight it out, and also you're getting yourself momentum for next year, going 5-5 with the younger team. You can move forward and have high hopes for the future.
State College's offense really has shifted as the Little Lions come running out onto the field as we are just about a minute away from getting this game underway. But State College, they adjusted their offense last year. Yes, they have a playmaking running back in Deontay Sheffy. Teams have keyed on him. He hasn't been able to be as explosive as last year. He still has 12 touchdowns, but a lot of those have come from the 1-yard line.
And I think one of the reasons for that, John, is last year you had a quarterback in Finn Furmanek who ran the ball a lot as a quarterback. And this year you have Eddie Corker who does not run very much. He likes to throw. He likes to be in shotgun and throw a lot to his receivers, Salazar or Michael Gall. So the passing game has been better this season, but the running game has not, and that might be one of the reasons why we see that this season.
Corkery over 1,700 yards in just 8 games this season. And Ty Salazar, again, he's been his biggest target. Salazar, 881 yards this season, 6 touchdowns.
That's a lot of yards this year for Ty Salazar, and it makes sense, honestly, because the way they use him in so many different facets of the game, as a punt returner, kick returner, wide receiver, cornerback, he's used all over the field. He's caught the eye of the coaches this year, and he's made an impact. He's also a lacrosse player, so he's a very well-versed athlete, and I think, he's just been very, very good this year.
Now, one guy to watch out for this Chambersburg team is Antonio Harrison, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. He is a short, shifty back, and we've talked about this before. Chambersburg's O-line, they're not all that big. Their biggest guy sitting about 260. That's the right guard, Cole Edwards. A lot of them barely over 200 pounds, so we have to see how they can protect themselves. As State College, they've shown they have a pretty solid pass rush against Sam Mayer, Justin Castro-Dixon, Thomas Keller. All these guys, they also have depth there, too. Anybody can get to that backfield. State College is going to need to really pressure the offensive line, keep Riley Harmon, the quarterback for Chambersburg, under duress during this entire game.
Yeah, and I think for Chambersburg, their identity, like you mentioned, Antonio Harrison, short, shifty running back. The last time State College really had to deal, with one of those really high-profile short, shifty running backs was Aiden Harris, who went off in that game for Downingtown and ended up getting the win. So if you're Chambersburg, maybe you stick with more of a run attack tonight. Maybe not. We'll see what they do here.
I will say Harris was definitely a bit more of a bruiser.
Bigger. He was definitely bigger. Yeah, he definitely was bigger.
But State College, they're young. I want to see their young guys step up tonight. Eddie Corkery, he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
He's just a sophomore. He's been a phenomenal quarterback this season. He stepped up when Owen Yurka went down. He took his job. Yurka now more of a tight end, and he's also on the D-line as well. I want to see Corkery show some maturity tonight.
Yeah,
air it out.
I think for Corkery, showing the maturity will be good, especially going into the postseason. You need a quarterback that's going to show maturity, especially when you get into those big games. So he's been very consistent, very prolific this season overall in the games we've called, John. But I think he needs to take that other step because again, in 1 week they're going to be playing a playoff team that's not going to be like nothing against Chambersburg. They're not like a great playoff contender, but they're going to be playing some great playoff teams in the future, and they're going to need to see some growth from Corkery tonight.
Well, State College's last 2 games, they hadn't scored an offensive touchdown. They lost 20-0 to Harrisburg 2 weeks ago. And, well, last week they fell 17-10 to Cumberland Valley. But on the other side, Chambersburg's coming in here. They are ticked off. They let up 63 points against Harrisburg last week. That's a tough pill to swallow. You want to come out, and this is a lot of those guys on that Chambersburg sideline, it is their final game maybe ever in their football career. You don't want to go out a loser, but here we go. Trevor Luther will kick it off for the Trojans. State College will get the first half kickoff. Ty Salazar and Deontay Sheffy are back deep. Here we go. It's a beautiful Friday night, just a tick under 70 degrees here in State College, Pennsylvania. Here is Trevor Luther. He's getting ready. Kick is high and end over end. Taken by Sheffy at the 4-yard line, running up the middle, breaking it out to the outside, being chased by Deal. He breaks the tackle. He's got a lane. Could he go? He's got the outside corner, and he's railed out of bounds by Jeremiah Jones at about the 40-yard line. That is a 35-yard kick return for Deontay Sheffy to start this contest off. Wow, way to set the tone.
Yeah, that's a great tone setter, John. I mean, if you're State College, you got to be hyped up about getting all the way up to the 40-yard line on a kickoff. Honestly, if I'm Chambersburg, why am I kicking at Deontay Sheffy? He's prolific all over the field. That's not a great call there by Mark Luther, but now State College takes advantage.
Here is Corkery in the gun. Sheffy to his right. Salazar slot to the near side. Code all the way out to the near side. Motion to the far side. Lukac. Corkery. Back to pass. Fakes the pitch. He's going to run it himself. And he picks up maybe 2 yards. Decent first down gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a 2-yard gain there for Corkery. I think that's not a recipe for he hasn't run the ball that much, John. I think if you're Corkery, you need to show some maturity throwing the ball like you have been tonight and use your weapons. You could have pitched it to Sheffy there, thrown it to Salazar. You got to diversify.
Just Corkery's 6th rushing attempt of the season. Lukac motion to the near side, pre-snap penalty, Laundry on the field, and it looks like it's going to be on Chambersburg.
Yeah, it looks like it was on that right side there. Number 50 for Chambersburg with the jump.
Encroachment on Chambersburg, so instead of 2nd and 8, it's now 2nd down and 3. And, well, the discipline is not something we talked about quite yet, but you can't give State College that many yards.
No, you cannot.
Lukac motion far side. Sheffy takes the handoff. A lot of room to run. Spin move, tripped up, 1st down and more.
Great move by Deontay Sheffy there, just cutting all the way down to the 45-yard line.
Pickup of 7 for Sheffy, who's only averaging 4.5 yards per carry. Conversely, he averaged over 7 last season. Code to the near side, Salazar slot to the near side, Gall to the far side. Corkery looking back to the sideline. Coach Matt Lintal relaying the play. 10 seconds on the play clock. Corkery, play action, 1st down, firing deep down the sideline. Salazar with the separation, but Corkery just overthrows him, incomplete.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Corkery there, John. But listen, Ty Salazar might catch that 8 times out of 10. It was just a little bit off on that. I like the shot there by State College, and I think you're going to see that a lot more often. That's just a little bit tad miscommunication there.
Run that same exact play. Salazar absolutely dusted Trevor Luther there. And Corkery made a decent throw just out of Salazar's reach.
Really slow, just really close throw.
Lukac motion to the far side. Handoff goes to Sheffy, up the middle, big hole again, breaking tackles down near the 36-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a strategy here for State College. Chambersburg's not a big team, so you're going to have to run through the tackles. They're not extremely, like you said, they run a 3-man front there on the defensive line. So if you're State College, you need to use Sheffy and get him some more yardage.
Pickup of 10 and a new fresh set of downs for the Little Lions. Salazar slot to the far side. Coat all the way out to the far side. Gall here to the near side. Corkery in the gun. Sheffy to his left. Handoff goes to Sheffy. Goes right up the middle. He's met by a couple of defenders. He maybe gets one.
Yeah, that was read well there by the Chambersburg defense. They had a lot of guys in the box dancing around there pre-snap, and they got a lot of, guys there gang tackling Deontay Sheffy, and that's what happens when that happens. Only 1 yard gain.
Ends up 2nd and 9, State College.
Here on 2nd down and medium, Lukac motion to the far side.
Once again, pre-snap motion for the Chambersburg defense up front.
State College getting to the line quickly so they can make adjustments. Press coverage look near side. Corkery, play action. He's firing to the far side. Salazar, he makes the catch right over Foreman.
Eddie Corkery's
wow.
Ty Salazar,
Ty Salazar, touchdown number 7, 6-0 State College.
And that's the way you do it, John. Throw it over the top and let your man get it. And that was a great catch there by Ty Salazar. Pretty much mossing the defender there on that play. And he really, just an excellent catch, excellent read by Corkery. And State College is first on the board, John.
Well, what a catch there by Salazar. Here is Zip on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And State College leads 7-0, 9:27 here remaining in the first quarter. Well, they didn't waste any time, Justino.
No, they did not. And I think something for Chambersburg to note on that play, when you bring so many guys into the box like they were doing on a couple plays to stop Deontay Sheffy, you open up the back end for single coverage, and Salazar was right there, single coverage, no safety back there, no safety help, and he had the wide open touchdown.
Salazar is so dangerous in the slot, and you knew where he was going. 2nd and 9,
you did.
Obvious passing down. You knew they were going to go to Salazar. That was his 49th reception of the season.
Yeah, and I think Chambersburg is going to think twice now about bringing a lot more guys in the box just because of how prolific this offense is throwing the football. That's already the 16th touchdown of the year for Corkery. He might be, he's not done for sure tonight, John. He might have a lot more.
State College getting right to it. No breaks between the action. John Zip to kick it away. Zip was good from 50 yards today in warm-ups. Kick is a wobbler, but it's high and out of the back of the end zone. Landed 9.5 yards deep. And the Trojans will take it at the 25.
Yeah, Riley Harmon will take over at quarterback, John. He's been pretty good this year at quarterback. 11 touchdowns this season. Not too bad overall on the year. He's had a couple really good games, week 2 and 3 of the season. He's struggled as of late, but he consistently hits the 100-yard mark every game. So you're going to expect a lot of pass tonight, and I think you're going to see it early and often here.
Riley Harmon, the senior, 5'10", 170 pounds, 11 touchdowns to 3 interceptions this season, 1,296 yards. 2-back formation, Jameer Jones to the near side. Harmon in the gun. Rolling to the right. He's looking, maybe tries to run. He dumps it off, complete to Parker over on the far side. Minimal gain.
Yeah, and there's Reagan Parker with those short throws, John. It was a minimal gain, but that's the way this offense plays the game. They like to get those minimal gains and yards after the catch. That's what Reagan Parker has been good at the last few games, and they're going to try to use that tonight for sure.
3-yard reception, pick up 2nd down and 7. Another 2-back set. There's Seft in there, and so is Amari Watson. Jones to the near side. Luther slot to the near side. Handoff goes to Watson, who has some room, and he runs into Cooper Brushwood, who sticks the tackle, but Watson does pick up the first down.
And that's one of those shifty runs there for Amari Watson. Him and Antonio Harrison almost go like committee in the backfield for Chambersburg, sort of like Dallas with Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott a couple years ago. They like to go committee. They don't like to pick, this guy, or this guy. They like to go together and try to get all the rushing yards themselves.
You see that burst of speed there. Seth, the only man in the background. The backfield here. Harmon in the gun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Now rolling to his left, he's looking for Luther, and Luther has it in lots of space across the 50 and popped out of bounds by Addison Dillon, but That's a first down, and the Chambersburg Trojans are in plus territory here.
Listen, this has got to be something that's cleaned up for State College, John. The back end does not look good so far. They're letting these, sort of small, shifty receivers get open alongside the field, and Riley Harmon's just finding the open guy.
22-yard gain. We talked about it before. It's just the dump-off pass, catch and run. That's what they're hoping for. So here is Harmon in the gun at the 47. Chambersburg moving right down the field, trying to stay stride for stride with the Little Lions. Let's see what they do. Motion to the far side. Now they hand it off to Jones, who goes to the outside, and he's picked up and tackled down. Owen Yurka made the stop, and it looked like they got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to even gain of 1, John. But listen, Jameer Jones is a great athlete, but that's just snuffed out well there by State College on the defensive line. We talked about it pregame. The defensive line for State College is going to be a big key tonight for this game, and they've already been taken over a little bit.
So Ben Bryant comes off, Jake Fulmer comes on. 2nd down and 9 at the 46. Trips to the left. Handoff goes to the far side. That's Seth, makes a cut. He is tackled across the 40, very close to another first down. Let's see what they give it to him. Let's see if it's 3rd down and short. It looks to be 3rd down and maybe 1.5 yards.
Yeah, that's a good run, though, by Seth to get him to 3rd and manageable. Right, it's 2nd and long. You have a bad first play, but getting that run gets some momentum. And right now, Chambersburg's having a great drive right now against the State College defense.
8-yard run for Seth. Doesn't look like they're going to go with the tush push. Not sure how much you see that here in high school football.
I don't know if you'll see it tonight, John, but if they get the 4th down, it'll be an interesting call for Coach Luther over there on the sidelines.
Play clock down to 10. Now Harmon looking to go under center. Let's see if they do the quarterback sneak. They don't. They hand it off to Seth right up the middle. It's very close.
Just as I said, John, 4th and short, it looks like.
It doesn't look like he picked it up. It should be 4th down and very sure they call it no gain. And you're in a weird territory here. You don't want to punt it deep. You're almost too close. It's too far for a field goal. Chambersburg looks to be keeping their offense on the field.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. Well, you mentioned the tush push. I don't know if that works very often in high school. I don't know what the call is, quarterback sneak or not. They might do it here.
Looks to me like they're running the same exact play.
Yeah. They have Jameer Jones out wide on the left.
Harmon looking to go under center. 7 seconds on the play clock. And Harmon falls down, and the Little Lions take over on downs. That's a sack. State College takes over at the 40-yard line, so back-to-back possessions, taking it the same place. That's a huge stop for the Little Lions.
And I think for Riley Harmon, he just slipped there, John. I mean, there's nothing else to that play, really. I mean, I think he was going to hand it off to either Harrison or Seth on that play, and I think he just, misstepped on the snap from the center, and that's all it is. So that's a tough break for Chambersburg and Coach Luther, but now State College has a chance to go up 2 scores here.
Well, you can't give State College an inch because with Ty Salazar and Deontay Sheffy, they can take a mile. And it looks like a little bit of rain is coming down right now. You look at the lights, you can see a bit of drizzle, nothing crazy. Shouldn't affect the passing game, but that is a development to look for moving forward.
Yeah, we'll see how that affects the game moving forward here. I think if you're State College, you're still going to throw it a lot, John. I think they're still going to stick to their game plan.
Salazar back in the slot being shadowed by Jameer Jones. Code to the near side, Gall to the far side. Handoff goes to Sheffy up the middle, and he's gang tackled. There were 3 or 4 white shirts in there.
And it looks like Chambers are sticking with that same strategy that made them give up the touchdown the last time, sticking with guarding the run and trying to just prevent Sheffy from getting going.
Maybe a pickup of a yard, 2nd down and 9 at the 41, and it looks like Chambersburg is going to let Salazar beat them. They don't want Sheffy to be the guy to do it. So here we go. Corkery. Motion to the far side on 2nd down. Hand off to Sheffy, going out to the far side. Across the 40, a flag is thrown, and Sheffy bowls his way across the 45, maybe down to the 46.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is here, but that's not a bad run there by State College, trying to get to the outside and get Sheffy in motion a little bit.
Looked like a stretch play to the far side. Let's see what the referee has to say. Still waiting for a signal. And State College looks like they're backing it up. So
yeah,
they're gonna.
Looks like it might be a hold here, John.
Should be a. If you're right, it should be a holding. There we go.
Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat.
So Jake Hohenschelt did hold one of the white jerseys over there, the left tackle, the senior 6'4", 278-pound left tackle for the Little Lions. So that negates about a 6-yard run for Deontay Sheffy.
Yeah, he's been an anchor for this team, but we talked about discipline in the last game. You're going to have to keep track of that here.
2nd and 19. Corkery, he's going to run it himself. He's across the 40, makes a cut, tackled down to the 43. That's a really solid run for the quarterback, who he said he doesn't really move that much. 12-yard gain. Now it is still 3rd and long.
Well, I think when you're backed up, I think Corkery realized he had to make a splash play and he had to make an impact right away, and I think he took matters into his own hands there.
3rd and 7 for the Little Lions. Should be a passing down. Watch Salazar slot to the near side. They have to get to the 50. Corkery rolling to the right. He fires. It is Salazar. He gets across the 50. Needed 7, he got 8. First down, State High.
Great throw there by Eddie Corkery. Incredible just play by Salazar, but Jameer Jones almost had the pick there on the play. Or that might have been Stanley Lozius there, number 9. That's who it was. Almost had the pick there on the play. It looked like a little bit unconventional throw to Salazar. They like to take him deep, but they got the job done for the first down.
Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. State High with a hurry-up offense. Handoff goes to Sheffy, who gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 1. Jameer Jones in on the tackle.
Jameer Jones is incredible all over the field. He's playing quarterback. He's playing middle linebacker. He's doing it all for Coach Luther, and I think they're going to have to use him a lot in this game. But now, John, the rain's coming down a little bit harder now. You can feel it here in the broadcast booth.
2nd and 11 right at midfield. Sheffy offset to Corkery in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. Brushwood to the near side. On the numbers, motion Lukac to the near side. Fake handoff. Corkery, he looks to run again, and he tosses it, and it's complete. Salazar again. There is a flag down, but that would be a first down if the penalty is on, if it is in fact on Chambersburg.
Yeah, that would be a first down, John, but we'll see what the call is. That was a late flag, too, almost after the play.
On the offense, number 56.
That was the center, Aiden Lulis. And for the second time on this drive, a State High penalty negates a decent gain.
Yeah, and that's not good there for State College and that coaching staff. They're not happy right now with this because, again, that's like 2 big penalties that set you back. Now you're at 2nd and long again. It looks like 16 here.
Well, 2nd and 16 on the 45-yard line. It should be a passing down. Again, Salazar, got to keep an eye on him. He's offset with Gall to the near side, codes out to the far side. A lot of tight end motion there with Lukac, not on this play. Corkery's going to run it himself again. And he is tackled down at the 50, a gain of about 5. Interesting.
Yeah, I know. That
here.
is interesting. I mean, Corkery's not been a big runner this year, and they're using him. What's that, like the 4th rush of the game for him, I think? That's a lot of rushes. Oh, no, that was Owen Yurka that was on the carry, not Corkery. Yurka, the former quarterback.
Oh, it was Yurka.
Yeah, it was Yurka.
It was Yurka. Yurka was the second quarterback. They had a 2-quarterback system last season. Yurka operating in the Wildcat.
Yeah, it's something you don't see often, but I mean, it works sometimes. Yurka's a bigger tight end now. He gained weight in the offseason, and he's been being used as such.
So Corkery back into the game. Salazar, motion. Oh, he's got a good start. He looks to be open, but Corkery dumps it off to Sheffy in the flat. Sheffy dances to the outside, but he can't get much, and State High will have to punt. Pickup of just about 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, that was a little bit conservative there, John, the throw there. I mean, to Sheffy, it looked like Corkery didn't want to throw to him, but he had to at his last resort because he was wide open, and Sheffy was gang tackled there by the Trojans on the sidelines.
Salazar did have a running start and was running from the far side to the near side. Looked like he would be open, but State High will have to punt. Here is Zip, boots it away, Australian type. There is Parker, who lets it bounce, takes a State High bounce. Can they down it? They will!
Oh.
What an outstanding special teams play by the Little Lions. Addison Dillon downs it at the 1.
That's a great play there by Addison Dillon. That's got to hype up your punter there, John Ziff, with that kick. When you get the down at the 1-yard line, that's got to hype up the whole team, and it's going to have to make Chambersburg go 99 yards on this next drive.
1st and 10. Let's see where they spot it. It is at the 1-yard line. Couldn't ask for anything better. 2:29 to go here in the opening quarter. State High up 7-0. They went down the field right on their opening drive. They did get a turnover on downs. The first time that Chambersburg went on defense. They're on offense right here. Harmon under center. They try the QB sneak. And is that a safety?
It might be. Oh, they're calling him short of the goal line there. He's going to be, looks like a half yard.
I mean, that was
barely back to the line of scrimmage. I don't understand the play call.
They don't have faith in their offensive line. Either that or State High's defensive line is outstanding.
And I think it's the latter, John. I think State College defensive line's outstanding when it comes to these sort of plays at the goal line.
Harmon maybe going back under center. Yes, he is 2 backs in there.
Jameer Jones out wide.
I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get it out there. On second down, he does look for Jones. He is double covered, intercepted. Ty Salazar, he's going to take it for 6.
Wow.
One on offense, one on defense. Ty Salazar, star material for the Little Lions.
The star of State College, John. That's his second pick 6 in 2 weeks in a row. He has had a pick 6. What a performance tonight by Ty Salazar. 1 offensive, 1 defensive. How can you bet against this kid? He's one of the best players on this team.
I don't know. Ty Salazar, he might be running up a phone bill. That's too many house calls.
That is. That is 3, and that might be 3 in like 2 quarters, John, because he had 1 in 1 quarter last week and 2 in this quarter.
Well, here is Zip for the extra point to make it 14-0. What a fast start for this Little Lions team, and that is all set up by the special teams.
Yeah, it is.
Zips, beautiful punt. Addison Dillon.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
Receiving team. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
Okay. So maybe a little bit of an excessive celebration.
Yeah, we might have
there.
had that, yeah. I didn't see anything, but yeah, they called it on the field.
So it looks like State High will kick it off from the 30 rather than the 40, but here is the extra point. Spotted, kicked up, and good. Little Lions lead 14-zip, 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. So we're going to take a quick break here on CNET. So the unsportsmanlike conduct was called on the defense. So State High's gonna kick it off from the plus 45-yard line.
And John Zip has a leg.
I mean, he got a touchback from 15 yards back.
Yeah, he's got a leg. So this should be no problem for him kicking it in the back of the end zone.
Looks like Amari Watson and Jake Fulmer are back to receive. Zip again to kick, and the referees are conferring right now.
Probably confirming the play there. I mean, they did call it on the offense, so I'm a little confused why.
Yeah, they did. I'm not crazy, right?
No, they called it on the offense.
That penalty was on Chambersburg 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 15-yard
I thought, I was like, I'm sure he's going to start it at the 35.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah.
Well, a lot of confusion here.
Yeah.
State High up early. And Zip, well, unless it's an automatic touchback. Unless they try to pooch it. Let's see if they pooch it.
We'll see, yeah.
And they do pooch it. And they might get a good job out of it. It was Silvestri who picked it up. And State High, they save about 3 yards.
It's a good strategic play there by State College. The special teams has been on point tonight, John, for State College. I mean, we all knew coming in, John Zip's a great kicker. He was great in our last couple games we covered. He's coming in and improving it this game.
So 14-0 State High. The defense haven't really had the opportunity
to
show anything.
I mean, besides that one drive, Chambersburg did move all the way to the 40-yard line. The defense is not really.
And the offense, it was an offensive mistake. It wasn't a defensive stop.
And that for Harmon. That was a bad throw, in my opinion, to Jameer Jones. Just because you have two guys covering Jameer Jones, 2-on-1, you're not going to get a good result most of the time, and Ty Salazar high-pointed that interception.
Here is Harmon with Harrison next to him. Trips out to the right. Jones to the near side. Harmon rolling to the far side. And he's going to run across the 25, across the 30, and he's tackled down, a pickup of about 6 on first down.
And that's a good run by Harmon, just trying to get some momentum back for his team. You know, you make that tough interception, the team's, you know, deflated a little bit early in the first quarter. You need to put together a good drive and get the momentum back on your side.
You can't let State High take a 21-0 lead, because then it just takes you completely out of it. 4 receivers in on this play. Trips to the left. Harmon, handoff to Harrison. Up the middle, stacked up by the Little Lions. Who is in there?
Michael Gall looks like.
Thrown to the ground.
Harrison on the carry for Chambers.
Looks like Michael Gall was in there, by far the leading tackler on this team.
Yeah, Michael Gall's been tremendous this year, John.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Michael Gall, he's had 82 tackles coming into this game. 9.5 for loss. One of the better linebackers in the Keystone State.
Yeah, 3-star linebacker with commitment offers from Virginia Tech and UConn.
He's only a junior.
Yep.
So trips to the left, Jones out to the far side. Here comes Gall on the rush. He's stacked up and taken down. There's a fumble. The ball is loose. State High picks it up. And it looks like Gall, who was in there, made the recovery. What a play.
Yeah, that was a great play there.
Gall,
Thomas Keller with the force, number 31 for State College. And there's that defensive line, John, with a great play to sort of cause some craziness and cause some momentum. And with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter, State College might add another one onto the board before we reach the end of the first.
So 3 drives, essentially 3 turnovers for Chambersburg.
Gall also recovers
incredible.
The fumble. State College 1st and 10 at the Chambersburg 24.
You saw a nice little block there by Harrison to keep Gall in there. Gall showed blitz with the snap count. He guessed the snap count perfectly, had a lot of momentum. Trips out to the far side. You see Salazar in the slot. Brushwood's out there as well. And Corkery wants to swing it to Sheffy. There was some miscommunication, but Sheffy bounces it to the outside. There is a flag. Sheffy's close to a first down. Near the 15. But the penalty flags are down. It's sitting at the 20-yard line.
We'll see if this is on State College, John. If it is, that would not be good for State College, because, again, you have the ball in plus field position, and you might go back even further.
It does look like it's coming back. And here is the official. Let's see what he says.
Hold on the offense, number 6, 10-yard penalty.
A holding on Daimir Code.
Yeah, and that's not good for State College. That's already, I think, their 3rd or 4th penalty of this game. And, you know, you have to be disciplined when you come into the playoffs. This is one thing they have to work on, I think, going forward in this game, because that's something that's not going to please the coaches coming into playoff time.
So instead of 2nd down and 1, it's 1st and 20 for the Little Lions. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Well, it's been all State College so far. 3 turnovers for Chambersburg, 2 touchdowns for Ty Salazar, and it's 1 big lead. We're going to take a quick break. State High up 14-0. You're watching high school football here on CNET. I thought the guy who made the...
On 2 different U.S. Coast Guard cutters, as well as multiple operations of the Aleutian Islands, patrols on the maritime boundary line between the U.S. and Russia, maritime enforcement operations in the Arctic Circle. Petty Officer Schiffer also served as a law enforcement member on domestic and foreign maritime vessels. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have him with us tonight, and we ask you now to please join us in offering a warm State College and Memorial Field welcome home to tonight's hometown hero, U.S. Coast Guard Petty Officer Jacob Schiffer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an additional guest that we'd like to introduce and thank as well. Next to Petty Officer Schiffer is Sergeant David Cruz of the U.S. Army. Sergeant Cruz has been instrumental in connecting our district with hometown heroes these last 2 years. Please join us in welcoming and thanking Sergeant Cruz on behalf of the State College players, coaches, students, fans,
Here
and
for
alumni.
second quarter action, the Little Lions will switch the field. They are on top, 14-0. Eddie Corkery and company trying to get something going, make it a 3-possession game.
Yeah, Corkery has been able to use the receivers so much in this game, John. I think he'd be a fool not to use Salazar in this play. He already has 2 touchdowns in this game, the only 2 of the game.
State High has won the battle of field position thus far. Corkery on 1st and 20 after the penalty. Fake to Sheffy. He's firing. He's got Salazar in double coverage. It's deflected away by Luther. Salazar was in the end zone, but it's not an ill-advised throw, but Luther just made a great play.
Yeah, Luther made a great play, and the ball read the play well. The coach's son there with a great, pass defense, and he's showing why he deserves to get that starting spot right there with a great pass breakup.
It really was a beautiful breakup there for Luther. 2nd down and 20.
And now if you're State College, you might want to throw on both of these downs here, even if you don't get it. Yeah.
Right at the 30-yard line. Corkery dumps it off to Sheffy in the flat. Sheffy dancing, breaks a tackle, makes a move, maybe picks up about 5-6 yards, pretty solid, but it's still 2nd down and 14. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and for Chambersburg, they've been able to contain Sheffy pretty well tonight. I think that's something that's been working. It's just making sure they contain Salazar as well to make sure this defense can, keep going and keep moving along.
3rd down and 11. Corkery, he's firing, he's complete and dropped. It was Lukac out there. He had the 1st down, but couldn't haul time. He's been targeted tonight, and it looked like zip.
And that's tough because that was going to be a 1st down, John. Maybe more, maybe even between that, it's going to be really tough. If Chambersburg is able to come back, it could be, a momentum swing for that sidelines.
This is no cupcake. This is a 40-yard shot. Zip was good from 50 in this contest. Left half. It is high and end over end, and it is right.
It is. Looks like Jameer Jones on the outside got a hand on it a little bit whenever the kick went up. I redirected it. I saw Jameer Jones in the backfield right away. Great.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The 2023 State College Area High School Band features over 170 student performers. This season, the band continues their tradition of presenting a number of different halftime shows. Tonight, we are pleased to share with you music from the Broadway show Wicked while honoring the senior members of the marching band. This powerful opening number features a few of the dramatic songs from the first act of the show, as well as a gigantic clock which serves as the backdrop for the action in the musical. Look out for the image of our clock on the field as the sousaphones make the minute and hour hands of our musical journey pass by. For our next selection, the seniors have chosen the closer from our Wicked show, which features the songs Dancing Through Life and Defying Gravity. Be sure to look out for the witch's hat being formed on the visitor side of the field.
That's a little scrunched though. I forgot it. Yeah, there are a lot of. Oh my god. Yeah, they don't have enough flute players.
At this time, we would like to recognize the 17 senior members of the marching band. This group of seniors is truly an exceptional group. As freshman members of the marching band, they toughed it out through all of the precautions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, including not being able to play at football games. However, they continue to be valuable members of the marching band and help the marching band grow to be the biggest it has been in years. Trombone, Arlo Nicholas. Saxophone, Carl Helmrich. Bryson Christopher. Evan Casper. Mellophone, Jacob Copeland. Trumpet, Adam Howlicker. Asher Collins. Clarinet, Nicole Lupo. Flute, Eddie Garment. Baritone, Karsten Briscoe. Drumline, Neil Kochar. Colby Seckler. Silks, Maggie Hegedus. Dance team, Hannah Unger. Majorettes, Ilana Collins. Assistant drum major, Spencer Hardick. Abby Putnam. And head drum major, Joshua Carlson. Let's give these 17 seniors a round of applause. At this time, we ask that you please rise as we pay tribute to our senior members of the marching band with the playing of the State High alma mater. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The State College Area High School Marching Band is directed by Paul Leskowitz and Matthew Nelson. Percussion instructors are Doug Shunk and Dr. Spencer McKee IV. Majorette instructor is Jordan Gardner. Dance team advisor is Sean Tay. Silks advisor is Emily Brandenburg. Field leadership is provided by drum major Joshua Carlson and assistant drum majors Abby Putnam and Spencer Harding. The annual Marching Band Indoor Concert will take place on Wednesday, November 1st at 7:30. This year, the concert will be at the Performing Arts Center of the State College Area High School. Doors open at 7 p.m. Tickets are $3 and can be purchased at the door through Ticketmaster or StubHub. Senior citizens and students of all ages are free. Come out and support our student musicians in this annual State College tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the second winner of our raffle tonight, Dave Asensio. You have won $1,000. Dave Asensio, the State College Booster Club will be in touch. The Football Booster Club would like to thank the following businesses for their corporate sponsorship. Best Line Equipment, Christine's Hallmark, Jersey Shore State Bank, Jersey Shore State Bank Mortgage Services, Chris J. Devlin, DMD, C.S. Myers & Son, United Insurance Solutions, Lion Country Kia, Penn State Federal Credit Union, State College Orthodontics, Wegmans, Rapid Transit Sports, Sheets, Truist, and Weiss. The Football Booster Program would like to thank the following businesses for their help in feeding our teams. Nittany Nicks, Olive Garden, Canyon Pizza, The Cove, as well as Chef Zach and the State College High School Culinary Arts students. Finally, the Football Booster Program would like to thank Dave Green for all he does for our teams and program here at Memorial Field. Thank you, Dave. Fans, while you're with us here tonight, we would encourage you to visit the Galen Drinelbus Plaza and the Class of '62 concession for all your game time concession needs. The menu includes hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, cookies, soft pretzels, nachos, candy, and a variety of drinks. On our visitor side by Gate G, we also offer grab-and-go drink and snack items for your convenience. As a reminder, we ask that you help us leave our grounds better than we found by placing all trash and waste in the garbage cans located throughout the stands. Thank you for policing your area and disposing of all trash. Fans, the fall sports schedule is hitting the postseason, and you can enjoy many of the home events over the next week at our various district venues. Tomorrow, the cross-country teams will head to Mifflin County Elementary School to take part in the District 6 Championships, followed by the PIAA State Championships next Saturday in Hershey. Good luck to our Little Lions. The State High Field Hockey team will travel to Manheim Township tomorrow for a 10 a.m. second-round matchup versus the Blue Streaks in their District 3 tournament. A win gets the Little Lions into the state playoffs. Good luck to State High Field Hockey. The State High boys soccer team will battle Central Mountain on Monday night at Bald Eagle Area High School for the District 6 Championship.
Welcome back to second half coverage here on CNET Live from Memorial Field at State College. We had a competitive first half there for State College and Chambersburg. State College with the 14-0 lead, John, and Chambersburg getting the ball to start the second half. So we'll see what Chambersburg is able to do here to start the second half.
Well, Chambersburg had a lot of opportunities. They continued to turn the ball over 4 times on downs. They had an interception return for a touchdown, and they lost the ball on a fumble. Now, they are lucky. They are so lucky that State College is only up 14-0. It could be a whole heck of a lot worse.
And the man that was responsible for the 14-0 lead, Ty Salaj, the receiver who caught a touchdown pass and intercepted one for a touchdown. He's been great, John.
He really has. You've seen him on the special teams side as well. He had a return touchdown a couple of games ago, but he is a special type of player in the secondary and out wide.
John Zip with the kickoff. It's bobbled in the end zone, but they're going to call it a touchback. It's like Amari Watson there mishandled the kickoff, but that won't matter. Chambersburg will get the ball. at the 20-yard line here as we start the second half here in State College. And for Chambersburg, you're looking to get some points on the board, John. You're looking to get any sort of momentum you can.
You're looking to get anything here. You know, the running game has been solid. Antonio Harrison has done a great job going to the outside and breaking tackles, but the pass game hasn't been there. We haven't seen any deep balls for the most part. You've seen a lot of dump-offs, dump and runs.
And we'll see what the play call is here with 2 running backs to either side of Riley Harmon. He's going to hand off to Harrison, who cuts it loose, and he's going to take it off for a big-time run there. He's still on his feet. Gets all the way down to the 30, it looks like 38 or 39-yard line of State College.
He created that himself. The offensive line gave him a pretty big hole, but we do have a man down in the backfield.
Yeah, man down in the backfield. He looks like he cannot get up. It's Riley Harmon, his quarterback, tries to help him.
Can't quite make out who it is, but this offensive line is thin already.
Yeah, they're not very deep, and this is not great.
And they're going to send the trainer on the field.
Yeah, it looks like we have an injury timeout. So we'll be right back here on CNET as we have an injury timeout on the field. You're watching PA High School Football live on CNET. Welcome back here to Memorial Field, and it was Chase Stenger that was slow to get up for the Chambersburg Trojans. That's a tough loss for a very thin offensive line, John.
Yeah, Stenger is a very solid player. He is a senior. He anchors he is the center. He anchors that offensive line, and he's not putting any weight on that right foot. So I don't know if we're going to see him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, we may not. We're going to get a look at some of the backups here for Chambersburg and what they have to offer on the offensive line, but we'll see what they can do here with the man down. Antonio Harrison, great run on that last play, though.
So sophomore Frank Barrientos will replace Chase Stenger.
And Riley Harmon, once again, 2 running backs to either side of him. He takes snap, hands off to Harrison again, who cuts to the angle, but he is met right there. Looks like it was number 17 there with the tackle, Addison Dillon, the cornerback. Big time tackle there for the corner.
That's big time. Addison Dillon made a phenomenal special teams play earlier on in the game. He sent Chambersburg up at the 1-yard line. But right here on defense made a nice tackle to keep Harrison from breaking free.
Yeah, we'll see if Chambersburg uses a little bit of a hurry-up offense here. They've been using the 2 running back set to start this game, and they look like they're going to keep it that way with 3 receivers, 2 up top, 1 down below. As Harmon looks to pass, and he fires, caught by Luther, who's tackled out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That's going to be a Chambersburg first down.
One of the better throws we've seen from Harmon on the day. Luther really has been his go-to guy outside of Jameer Jones.
It has been. It's been him and Jameer Jones along with Reagan Parker getting the ball. And there's been a lot of different guys on there, or out there catching the ball for Chambersburg. We'll see what they do here as they are on the State College side of the 45, or 46, excuse me. As Harmon is going to stay in the pocket, fired, and then it's intercepted. Intercepted by number 1, Cooper Brushwood, the junior, with a huge interception there. And that could be a momentum changer for State College.
That's his 3rd interception of the season. Brushwood, another guy who plays both ways. He's outstanding as a receiver. He's even better as a defensive back. And now State College set up in plus territory.
And that's another turnover for Chambersburg, John. They've had, I believe, 7 now on the night with turnovers on downs and interceptions. Not a good look and not a good start at all for Chambersburg and Coach Luther.
Or Mifflin County. Stay tuned to your State College area.
State College heads back onto the field.
Social media channels for updated information.
Putting 3 receivers out wide. as Corcoran takes the snap, hands off to Sheffy, who fights and scraps his way as he keeps turning those legs for a gain of 6.
Sheffy on the carry.
Solid game for Deontay Sheffy, 2nd and 4.
Sheffy showed some patience on that play. He stayed behind the tackles. He bounced off a couple of defenders, picked up a solid game. You'll take 6 yards every day of the week.
Yeah, that's a great run by Deontay Sheffy. Puts him at 2nd and manageable here. Man in motion for State College. They look back to the sideline for the play. Using a lot of heavy receiver sets out here. Looks like they have about 3 or 4 receivers on the field. They're going to hand off to Sheffy once again, who musters his way and keeps, once again, churning those legs and fights for yardage all the way up to about the 36 or 37-yard line.
Last year, around the same exact time, these two teams met in Chambersburg. Deontay Sheffy ran for 158 yards. I don't know if he's going to get that far tonight, but he has been dynamic here in the second half.
Yeah, and he's been off to a great start here as they've ran it very consistently as he'll get the call again, but this time Chambersburg read that perfectly. Great tackle by number 7 on the defense for Chambersburg.
That's Dylan Panfill over there. He made a good stop, but Jameer Jones was in there. Sheffy bounced off of him, but it's good. It's good for Chambersburg. They had a bunch of defenders in there, able to bring Sheffy down for a loss.
And that's something we saw a lot in the first half, John. A lot of holding Sheffy to not a lot of yards, and that's probably why, or the reason why, this game has been fairly close. And now State College 2nd and long. So you got 2nd and 13 from the 39-yard line. State College driving. Corcoran takes the snap, is going to keep it himself, but he's met there at the line. Once again, it looks like Jameer Jones with a big-time hit on the quarterback.
And you can see he is fired up.
Yes,
now
he is.
The defense has a chance to get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, the offense now a little stagnant after a couple first downs.
No gain.
That was Yurka on the carry, the backup quarterback for State College, as Corcoran comes back in on what seems to be an obvious throwing down here for the Little Lions. As he does take the snap, rolls out to his left, looking to fire downfield, doesn't see anything, fires and just throws it into coverage and is incomplete.
You know what they say, there is holding on every single play. I'm surprised we didn't see holding there on that play.
I know. A lot of time, too.
Corcoran had all day to throw, and he almost threw an interception down the sideline.
Yeah, Dylan Panfield with the breakup there for Chambersburg, and John Zipp's going to trot onto the field to play another field position battle game with Chambersburg.
See if the special teams can come up with another big play and pin Chambersburg deep.
Yeah, they've been winning that battle tonight for sure, and the punt is away as, oh no, John Zipp holds it and then kicks it. A little bit of trickeration there from Ziff, and that'll be down at the Chambersburg 10-yard line as Chambersburg will look to start a drive going with 7:52 to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they can get any momentum here, John. I mean, they really haven't been able to do much with no points on the board.
We need to see some pressure. Justin Castro-Dixon had a sack earlier on in the game, but I want to see a lot more from the senior. It's his final game at Memorial Field in the regular season. Let's see him get to the quarterback one more time.
Yeah, that'd be something good to see, especially with the banged-up offensive line up front. We'll see what Castro-Dixon and the line can do for the Little Lions as Harmon has Harrison to his right. He's going to hand off to him. Get a couple there on that play. Not much.
Antonio Harrison on the carry.
Looks like it might be about 2 or 3 yards there.
Dixon leads the charge for State College.
And we'll see what the strategy here is for Chambersburg, as it is 2nd and long. See if they go towards a throwing down here.
You know, we talked about it before. Not a lot of deep passes. You saw one from Luther early on in this half. But, again, a lot of dump-offs, and I don't know if this offense really has the ability to come back from 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
And they hand off to Harrison again, who kind of scraps his way up to about the 17-yard line.
Antonio Harrison on the carry for Chambersburg.
Bring up about 2nd and 3.
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down Chambersburg.
3rd down and 3 for Chambersburg.
See Harmon come back in the shotgun.
He's got Harrison to his right. He's got 3 receivers out wide. Let's see if he targets Jameer Jones on this play. Pressure coming inside. They fire over the head of Reagan Parker, and that's going to be incomplete. Another not very consistent drive for Chambersburg, and I would think you have to punt here, John.
You probably will, but next time that State College is on defense, take a look at what Michael Gall does on every play. He is so dynamic as that linebacker. He looks to blitz almost every single time. He's in the backfield nearly every single play.
Yeah, and he blew up that play once again because Harmon had to get rid of it right away. It's going to be 4th down and short, and
first punt of the day.
Yeah, first punt for Chambersburg. They are not going for it because they are in very, very far territory away. As Luther punts it away. It is a good punt as he backs all the way up to about, but great play there to return it.
I'm going to start calling Ty Salaza Magic Man. Every time he touches the ball, something big happens. That's a huge return. That was going to be a great punt by Luther. And, well, Salaza picked it up, brought it back near the 50-yard line, and State College in good field position.
Yeah, great punt by Luther, but Salaza picked it up sort of on the bounce and just sort of took it back for a plus gain there for the Little Lions.
Fans, just a reminder, as we approach the winter season, we are excited to begin a new era of girls wrestling. Please see the athletics website for more information and give girls wrestling a shot.
Now we'll see what State College is able to do here on the field as the offense trots back out. See if they can get this offense going, John. They haven't been able to get it going so far. No, they really haven't.
Just 7 points. Just 7 points.
Yeah, I know, and the pick 6 was the only other points they have in this game, and it was kind of an errant throw by Harmon, so we'll see what they can do here. Both offenses have been in sort of stagnant mode for the better part of the last quarter and a half.
State College has played the field position game, and it's worked out for them, and going for it on 4th down almost has kind of worked for Chambersburg.
Run up the middle for Deontay Sheffy. Gets about 5 yards on the carry.
5 yards.
2nd and 5 for the Little Lions is Sheffy with the serviceable gain there. We talked about it earlier. Sheffy's going to have to get going, and he looks to be getting going here in the start of the second half.
Sheffy, we haven't seen Sheffy break off that big run. He was so used to breaking off the X plays. That was what his main factor was last year. But State College has been relying a lot more on the pass.
It's a handoff to Sheffy again, but that play is blown up in the backfield.
Deontay Sheffy brought down by Evan Brown.
Brought down by Evan Brown, number 38 for Chambersburg.
Evan Brown with a tackle for loss. He already has an interception in this game. He has been a force on defense for the Trojans.
He's been very spectacular for the Trojans on defense, and that whole defensive line's been in the backfield here and there in this game to keep it manageable for Chambersburg. As State College and Corkery await the snap with Sheffy in the backfield. Corkery takes the snap, throws it to Sheffy out wide to see if he can break one loose. He is hit at the second he catches it and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Not much, maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Both teams in an offensive stalemate right now. Now John Ziff is going to come on to punt the ball away again. Chambersburg hasn't done anything on offense. State College hasn't done anything since their first drive.
It seems like both teams are playing chess, not checkers, John. They're not trying to make the big move.
Did you say chestnut checkers? Oh, chestnut checkers.
Yeah, chestnut checkers.
He said chestnut checkers. I said, what is that?
Yeah. And John Ziff running around. He's going to get the punt away, but that was an interesting punt there. Looks like he had no time to punt that away, and he got it off.
John Ziff, usually a very sure-footed punter. It looked like he was so off balance. You know, we've seen him go out wide on all the punts in this game and across this season.
Yeah.
And the defense is zeroed in on that, and he's been off balance a couple times.
Yeah, but it looks, I mean, by the looks of Chambersburg's offense, they haven't been able to get anything going. So really, State College is kind of playing that field position battle along with Chambersburg. They're going to start in plus territory, though, at State College's 46-yard line here. As Riley Harmon has Harrison to his left. Pressure again up the middle, and Harrison takes it out wide. He's going to get a lot of yards on that carry.
Antonio Harrison on the
7-yard gain there by Harrison, and those are very good carries for
Chambersburg.
Chambersburg consistently throughout this game.
Harrison can do it all. We've seen him run it out wide, try to turn the corner a lot. He's going right up the middle. You see here on a stretch play, almost got the corner, did, really close to a first down.
Yeah, and Chambersburg really using the outside zones to try to get some runs. As Harmon and the offense look toward the sidelines. 3 receivers out there for Chambersburg. Harmon's going to throw it out wide. Luther with the catch. Takes it upfield. He's still going, and he gets up close to the 20-yard line. Big-time catch there by Trevor Luther. That's another big catch for Luther. He's been very prolific out of the backfield.
But again, just the dump off right in the flat.
Yep.
Chambersburg they're showing momentum here, but with what history has shown us, how long till the wheels come off? How long till they gamble a little bit more?
Yeah, Chambersburg not very good in the red zone areas so far this game. We'll see what they can do here on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. It's about 4 minutes to play here in the third. Chambersburg right in this game. As Harmon hands off to Harrison, who cuts to the edge, and he has a little bit of a lane. He's going to get going, and he keeps going. He gets the first down. Big-time run there by Harrison, who turned nothing into something.
He is just running past everybody else. You can tell his speed is really the job. The offensive line has been solid, especially on this drive, but his speed is what is the X factor for this whole Chambersburg offense.
Yeah, and it puts him at 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. We'll see if this is the time, John, that they can break through after all these drives. 7 drives in total they've not been able to break through. We'll see if they can do it here. Harmon takes the snap, hands off to Harrison again, who cuts it to the edge once again and bullies his way down to about the 6 or 5 yard line.
That looks like the same play 3 straight times, running it to the near side. They're going to continue to run that until it doesn't work anymore.
And it looks like State College sniffed that out a little bit better on that play, only allowing 2 in the red zone. So we'll see if, once again, Castro Dixon, that defensive line has been huge so far. They're going to have to be huge right now.
State College usually sends a 3-man front. Let's see if they keep their linebackers and try to almost spy Harrison.
Yeah. Harrison's been very good on this drive. So has Luther with the big-time catch. Luther's also out wide. As Harmon rolls to his left, looking for anything, and he's just going to get hit and taken out of bounds.
And who else? Michael Gall.
Yeah, Michael Gall's been all over the field tonight. And once again, Chambersburg in 3rd down territory. Once again, do you go for it on 4th down? Do you put some points on the board if you're Chambersburg in this situation?
A field goal is still a 2-touchdown game at that point.
Yeah.
You kind of almost have to go on 4th down.
Yeah, in a game like this where you haven't had a lot of offensive momentum, you have a chance here to score. That might be the best play, as it's 3rd and 7 for Chambersburg. Harmon takes the snap, pitches it to Harrison, takes it to the corner, and he is going to be short.
Antonio Harrison.
Referees marking him down, I believe it's about the 3-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 3.
Gain of 4 on the play.
See what the play call is here.
Chambersburg.
You haven't had a lot of success on the goal line in these last 3 plays. We'll see what they call here.
I think you just hand it off to Harrison. Even though you're 3 yards away, they're going to stack the box.
Yeah.
You might have to hand it off to Harrison because he's been your best player. If not, I roll out to the right, naked bootleg here.
Jameer Jones, single coverage at the top of your screen. And Harmon's going to throw to him. And Jameer Jones makes the catch. What a play by Jameer Jones. Good coverage there by Addison Dillon, but a great catch by Jameer Jones, the former quarterback for the Trojans.
Jameer Jones is fired up, and you know what he acted like out there on the far side? He was a basketball player. He boxed out Addison Dillon. Dillon was off balance, couldn't quite get in there, and Jameer Jones made the leaping reception with Dillon draped all over him.
And just like that, Chambersburg is back in this game as the extra point is pending for Luther. And the kick is up, and the kick is good, and just like that, Chambersburg finds a way, keeps hacking away, and they have made this a one-score game as Chambersburg is now down 14-7. You are watching high school football on CNET.
Fans, we would ask for your assistance in keeping our stadium clean this evening. Before you leave our game tonight, please dispose of all garbage in the cans located throughout the stadium. Your help policing our home.
Welcome back to Memorial Field in State College. If you're just joining us, Chambersburg just scored a big-time touchdown, their first of the game, finally breaking through. And now we'll see how State College responds, John.
State College needs points.
They do,
It's
badly.
plain and simple. It's plain and simple. Salazar has been the man to get the drive going. They're going to Sheffy a lot more, though.
Yeah. Kick very short as Sheffy takes the ball. He's looking to break it upfield. He has an angle. And he takes it all the way up to the 40. It looks like 46, 47-yard line.
On the kickoff return, penalty flag.
Big time carry for the kickoff, but it looks like it may be coming back.
And a lot of kickoffs like that, it's usually holding or a chop block or a legal block in the back. I would be surprised if this stands, and it looks like Chambersburg's going back.
Yep. The penalties have killed State College today. They have not been great in terms of the discipline department, and I have to say State College's coach cannot be happy with that.
Yeah, that penalty was on Jake Lukac, the main tight end, and Matt Lintal. Even if they win this game, which is very much in question, with 14-14 left in this whole game, it's very much in question. Even if they win this game, they're going to be running some extra laps because of all the penalties.
State College had a great first quarter. They had the pick six. They had the touchdown to Salazar, but they have looked out of sync since then. And Chambersburg has taken the momentum here by a storm in the third quarter.
So instead of starting across their own 50, they're inside their own 10.
It looks like it was a spot foul too with that block in the back, so they're going to be very far back. And if you're Chambersburg, you got to be feeling all the momentum right now. You have it all on your side. State College got to get some offense going here for the Little Lions. Targeting Salazar has worked so far as Corkery takes the snap, and he's looking to throw deep, and he's looking for Brushwood, and it's incomplete. Fans looking for a flag, they don't get one.
I'm not sure where the flag isn't. That was a clear pass interference.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to call it a 50-50 ball because the receiver and the corner both have equal right to the ball, but I saw Brushwood get pushed on that play.
Yeah, that is a tough call right there if you're State College. Nevertheless, it is 2nd and 10 for State College from their own 10-yard line. Corkery hands off to Sheffy up the middle. Gets a couple yards there.
Sheffy on the carry for State College.
State College has let Chambersburg hang around.
Yep.
This is a team that really you are leaps and bounds ahead of. Chambersburg is hanging around. And when you let them hang around, they think they can beat you, and they're dangerous that way.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 now for the Little Lions. And this might be a very, tempting play here for State College to throw to Salazar. You haven't thrown to him that much, but now's the time I think you got to break out and do it. As Corkery awaits snap, takes it, looks to throw. He's looking downfield, and he's going to get wrapped up there and throws it away as he's hit from behind. Great pressure there by Chambersburg, and it's going to cause a 4th down.
If that play would have gone a half-second longer, that would be what's called a coverage sack.
Yeah.
The secondary did a great job on the defensive side, and, Chambersburg defense gets off the field on 3rd down.
Great coverage by Chambersburg has allowed them to continue in this game, John. I mean, they've really just been very consistent with that throughout. As Ziff kicks it away. Very quick kick, and Parker takes it, returns it. Not very much, but does get up to about the 48-yard line. And once again, Chambersburg plus territory with a chance to tie this game with 1:13 to play here in the 3rd.
Addison Dillon in on the tackle. Another great special teams play by him. But Chambersburg, they're across the 50. So it's a short field for them. State College needs to hold strong.
Yeah, for State College, they need to continue to try to get any defensive momentum. It was working for most of this game. They allowed 0 points. Now just getting back to that and getting back to that defensive stand will be good. And like you mentioned, Michael Gall's going to have to be huge on this drive. Chambersburg once again, 2 running backs to either side of Harmon. As he takes the snap, rolls out, looking to throw, and he does throw, and it passes caught. Looks like about 7 or 8 yards there.
Complete to Dare Sent.
And Dare Sent with the catch for Chambersburg. Haven't called his name a lot tonight, but that's a big catch there for him.
You saw Eli Espinoza try to stick Senft. He did the right thing. Senft really tried to break the tackle, get around him. Even though he did break that tackle, Espinoza stayed strong. He just got bowled over.
2nd and 2 now for Chambersburg. 2nd and manageable for the Trojans. 2 running backs next to Harmon again as he hands off to Harrison, who's been very shifty, and he takes that up all the way to the 30-yard line. And once again, keeping Chambersburg in this game for State College has been a mistake, and now Chambersburg taking advantage.
The defensive up front is really struggling right now for State College. Justin Castro Dixon can't be in there on every single play. Nathan Haas, they're getting blown up at the line of scrimmage, and Antonio Harrison, he is just having his way with the defense, and if they don't stop him soon, he's going to be the reason why State College comes away with the loss in the final regular season game.
Yeah, Antonio Harrison, a lot of carries throughout on this game, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter here from Memorial Field. Chambersburg hanging around here in State College. Your score, Chambersburg 7, State College 14. You're watching PA High School Football live on CNET.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of our 3rd ticket for the evening. The winner of the $1,500 prize is Becky Thomas. Becky Thomas, the Booster Club will be in touch with you to get you your prize. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight from the State College Booster Club. On the play clock, please. 25.
Welcome back to State College as Chambersburg takes over at the start of this 1st quarter driving. For those of you just joining us at the State College 30-yard line, they've been very consistent here to start the 2nd half, and they're looking to add some more points here to start the 4th quarter. Riley Harmon takes a snap, a lot of motion up front from that offensive line.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
This is a huge drive for Chambersburg. They can tie it up. They're pretty well in to State College territory right now, and that's such a tough loss where you're shooting yourself in the foot with a penalty like that when you're so close to tying it up.
Yeah, now at the 35-yard line for Chambersburg. 2 running backs, once again, Seft and Harrison in there. They're going to hand off to Harrison again, who sort of scratches and claws his way up to about the 31-yard line. 4-yard gain. Manageable, but once again, that penalty makes it 2nd and 11 for Chambersburg.
Gain of 3 will be 2nd down Chambersburg.
State College's defense trying to make a stand. It's a period of time where the 4 men up front haven't done a lot. Michael Gall, you can see him as the middle linebacker. He's going to try to blitz right here. You can see it.
Michael Gall on the blitz, but they throw it to Parker on the outside with the big-time catch. And Parker gets all the way down to about the 10-yard line. Huge play for Chambersburg, getting them all the way down inside the 10-yard line. at the 11-yard line. That's a big-time play for Chambersburg.
First down, Chambersburg.
State College's defense, they've had enough. They're beaten down right now. They haven't really made a stop. They have been fortunate that the Chambersburg offense hasn't run very well. Now they're firing on all cylinders.
Harmon hands off to Harrison, cuts to the outside, makes a man miss, and he is into the end zone. And just like you said, John, Antonio Harrison is making this game close, and that might just tie it. What a play by Harrison to the outside. He's been good at that all night. He gets it again.
In a game where we thought it might be a blowout just because of the recent success, this could very well be a win for Chambersburg against State College for the first time since 2004.
And State College has not looked like they've been awake in this third quarter and into the fourth at all. As the extra point attempt by Luther is up, and it is good, and that'll tie our score at 14 apiece. Chambersburg 14, State College 14. You're watching PA High School Football live on CNET. Chambersburg ready to kick off here. It's Trevor Luther, and the official placed the ball at the 40-yard line. That's a big-time drive by Chambersburg. The big pass to Parker to get that within the 10, 11-yard line, then the big run by Harrison to break it loose.
Harrison has been a menace. There's not really much else you can say. He's been unstoppable at this point.
He's been controlling the game for Chambersburg as the kick is away for Luther. And it's a good kick, fielded by Sheffy, who takes it from his about 5, 10-yard line up to around the 25 is where he's going to be stuffed. That is where State College will take over. And Eddie Corkery has to get going here for State College. He was very good in the first quarter, had a great pass to Ty Salazar, and even that one play that was called back to Salazar, but they haven't really used Salazar all that much since.
He's been almost a non-factor other than on the defensive and special teams side. They've handed the ball off to Sheffy, and it just hasn't worked. It's really bland play call.
Yeah. We'll see what they do here with 10:42 to go. It's a tight game. See if they open up the playbook a little bit for Corkery as he takes the snap and is going to run it. He's going to be stuffed. It looks like that was Owen Yurka, excuse me. Came in to back up from last year to take the run. He's in the game now for Corkery. Interesting play calls here, John, to put Yurka in the game in this situation.
Yeah, Yurka is a big bruising quarterback. He has a lot of experience. He doesn't have the arm that Corkery does, but he has the rapport with guys like Gall and Salazar.
As Yurka takes the snap, hands off to Sheffy, tries to make a man miss, slips through a tackle, slips through another, and he gets out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Big time run there by Sheffy, breaking tackles left and right.
He's not having the season he did last year, but it's plays like that where he shows flashes of his greatness and his ultimate potential. He made that run. He got about 4 yards, broke a tackle, moved to the outside, and he helped State High pick up a fresh set of downs.
Also lost his shoe on the play in the backfield.
Not the first time we've seen that from him this year.
It's a very interesting way to go about it. Maybe he should run in this Sox to get some more yardage next time.
Shoeless Deontay Sheffy?
Yeah. Yurka still in at quarterback for State College. Man in motion, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. And he does bruise his way, like you said, John, up the middle for about 8 yards. Brings up a very good 2nd and 2 manageable down.
With an 8-yard gain for State College to the 46.
This is a really good time to call timeout.
We have a man down for Chambersburg. So we're going to be right back here on CNET as we have an injury timeout. You're watching PA High School Football on CNET. Welcome back to the coverage. Dominic Cherry down on the play, linebacker for Chambersburg. Getting some playing time tonight for the Trojans with a little bit of a banged up defensive core. He's getting a lot more playing time as they run a lot of linebacker sets, so that's a big loss for Chambersburg.
You've got to see how State College is going to go at the depleted defense of Chambersburg. Yurka, the experienced quarterback, still in there.
Yurka takes the snap, hands off to Sheffy, who gets the first down, gets up to about the 49-yard line. And that'll get the job done right there, John, getting first downs and continuing to churn the clock.
You're not really trying to drain the clock, especially in a tie game, but that'll do the job. If you can have a really long and incremental drive down the field, even if it ends in a field goal, that's huge because you give Chambersburg so little time to march down, even though Antonio Harrison has been munching in this second half.
Once again, Yurka still in the game for State College. As Sheffy is to his left. Two receivers set at the bottom of your screen. And Yurka's going to keep it once again. Quarterback sneak up the middle. He's going to keep turning the legs. And he gets a first down up to the 40-yard line. And once again, State College and Owen Yurka turning the six very easily.
Chambersburg 40.
Another man down for Chambersburg. It looks like number 50.
Evan Brown on the tackle for Chambersburg.
Kevin DeMurray down for Chambersburg, but he does get back up, which is good. A little bit banged up here on the defensive line and defensive, as a whole, defense as a whole for Chambersburg, so we'll see what they do here. I mean, they've really been banged up all over the place.
State High first.
State College is going to continue running it down their throat with Yurka and Sheffy. They haven't really gone to the passing game with Eddie Corkery on the sideline.
Yurka in there once again, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheffy, who's chased down right there by Chambersburg. Number 7, Dylan Panfilly with a big tackle for loss. And that's huge for Chambersburg, John, to get a little bit of momentum back to make it second and long for State College. See if Corkery comes in.
Well, Corkery's still staying in on the sideline. It's in second and long. You might want to bring your guy that's prolific at passing in, but I don't think they trust him right now.
Yeah, that might be what's happening. Yurka takes the snap, hand off to Sheffy, but nothing doing there as the Chambersburg defensive line stands tall. And that's going to make it third and long.
No gain. 3rd and 11, State College.
3rd and 11 now for State College, and Yurka's still out there. Surprised Yurka's still out there in a passing situation, but State College is going to keep him on the field. Put another man in motion. Sheffy switches sides. He's going to fake the handoff to Sheffy, and Yurka gets hit on the throw. And what a pass breakup by Luther on the outside there. Great pass breakup on the play, but there is laundry on the field.
It looks like it's going to be an illegal receiver downfield on State College, but you almost saw it down there. Amari Watson, you saw him almost get that interception on the sideline. On the simple tip drill, couldn't quite haul it in.
Downfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Going to be 4th down now as John Ziff and the punt team comes on the field. State College stagnant again. They don't have any faith in their quarterback, Corkery, to come on the field and win them the game.
And I don't think Corkery's played poorly.
Yeah, I know he hasn't. He had the touchdown pass. He hasn't really shown you the reason why not to play him. But nevertheless, Zip with the kick away. It's going to be a straight ahead kick. It's going to be fielded there at about the 10-yard line.
John Ziff's punt is fair caught by
6.5 minutes to go. It's a fight to the finish.
Yeah.
This game may see overtime.
And it's surprising. You wonder if Corkery's dealing with a little bit of an injury, John. I mean, Yurka was in the entire play, even on 3rd and long.
The Trojans tap.
I saw him standing on the sideline. If you see him, he's standing right at the sideline on the 40. He's not in any pain right now.
Yeah.
He's not in street clothes or anything. He's just not being used.
And that's surprising, too, in a game like this when the stakes are not this high, because it's not really a playoff game, but it's a game on senior night. You just want to win to get the 3 seed in your conference.
It'll propel you to a win in your playoff matchup. It'll build you some momentum.
Yeah. As Harmon switches Harrison from his right to left. He takes the snap, and he is thrown around in the backfield, and what a big tackle by State College. Huge tackle there by Sam Mayer. And that'll be a loss of about 3 or 4. 3-yard loss for Chambersburg. And now 2nd and 13. We'll see what Chambersburg is able to do here. Not a whole lot going on that play for the Trojans. Harmon awaiting the snap. They'll hand off to Harrison, who's met in the backfield. And State College is putting on a defensive showing right here in the drive where they need to.
Harrison on the carry for Chambersburg.
It's going to be 3rd and very long for Chambersburg. Obvious passing situation.
No gain on the play. Thomas Keller makes the stop for
Harmon's
State
going to have to
College.
make a big-time play here for the Trojans with under 5:30 to play.
3rd down,
Don't want to give
Chambersburg.
State College the ball in plus territory. So we'll see what the call is here. You have Jameer Jones single coverage out wide. See if they use him again. And they're going to hand off to Harrison. Stuffed up the middle. It looks like they're content with punting on this play, it seems, as it's going to be 4th and long. And the punt unit comes out for Chambersburg.
Antonio Harrison on the carry. Michael Gall and Thomas Keller team up on the tackle. It is 4th down, Chambersburg.
It's 4th down as Trevor Luther is on to punt for the Trojans. Winding clock now, and it seems as though Chambersburg has faith in their punter to kick this one deep to Salazar. Punt is away. Salazar trying to find it. He does. He's got room to run. He's got an angle. He's got the outside. And he's pushed out of bounds right at about the 16-yard line. And that's a great return by Salazar. Not a great punt. And now State College has a chance to take the lead.
Offense, defense, special teams for State High, and now it gets real loud here. This team, this fan base, they know what's at stake for their team. This is what you do right here. You run the ball 3 times. If you get any longer than that, you continue to run the ball. You run down the clock. You make Chambersburg use their timeouts if they're willing, and you just kick the field goal and try to give them as much time, as little time remaining as possible, but they are really close.
And Yurka takes the snap, hands off to Sheffy, who runs it right up the middle, making men miss, and he's all the way down to about the 5. Great run by Deontay Sheffy as he puts State College in a 1st and goal situation.
Deontay Sheffy with a 12-yard
And of course, another big play for State College, another piece of dirty laundry on the field. Let's see about this.
Yeah, it looks like something extracurricular after the play, John, and we'll see what the call is. State College needs a touchdown here. Tie game here for Memorial Field. We'll see what the referee says here on the call.
Dead ball. Personal foul. 52 red. We have a 1st down.
That's going to be a personal foul. Number 52, Reese Wilson, the right guard for State College. Not sure what happened exactly, but they are moved back very far now.
And that almost helps them, though.
It does almost helps them. Yeah, because it gives them, some more, time to spare off the clock.
But you also can't count on points. You can't add points before they are officially on the scoreboard. That you want the touchdown, but you also want to drain some time off the clock.
Especially in a tie game, too, with this much at stake.
And especially with the way that Antonio Harrison has been playing.
Yeah. the way Chambersburg's been playing in the second half, you're going to need to score a touchdown here, especially. As the clock continues to run, State College winding this clock down, like you said, John, trying to wind it down as they try to put this one in the end zone. Yurka takes the snap, going to keep it himself, and he takes it up the middle. Yurka keeps on going all the way down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. And that is a big-time run by Owen Yurka.
This is why head coach Matt Lintal went with Owen Yurka. Eddie Corkery, we talked about it earlier on in the game. He's not a runner. Yurka has that mobility that is just being successful right now. It's not that Corkery has played poorly. It's that Yurka fits the scheme they want to run right now.
Yeah, Yurka fitting the scheme perfectly right there. He struggled a little bit earlier in these possessions, but now finding his footing a little with a big run there up the middle. And we'll see what the play call may be here. Yurka's still in there. It's been a heavy dose of the run on this drive.
This could be the dagger.
They hand off to Sheffy. Up the middle, minimal gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Sheffy with a 1
and if you're Chambersburg, when do you start using your timeouts? We're under 3 minutes to go. State College most likely has 1 play left before they get into the end zone. I think they're banking on that. But if State High gets tackled before the goal line here,
might start to see timeouts.
You have
Mark
to see
Luther.
a timeout.
He's got all 3 of them in his back pocket. As Owen Yurka once again in shotgun. They're going to call a flag on that play. It looks like they got State College to move a little bit.
I mean, that is such poor execution. How do you let that happen at a point in the game like this? You're at the goal line. You're about to take a touchdown. And the difference between a field goal and a touchdown could very well be the difference between a win and a loss.
Yeah, it very well could be. Now State College backed up 2nd and goal from their 8-yard line. We'll see if they use the same strategy here, John. They've been using a lot of the heavy runs. Now a little bit farther to go here. No, and Yurka fakes the handoff, takes it up the middle, and he gets in for a touchdown. Owen Yurka
with an 8-yard run.
The senior with a big-time run up the middle. Was the backup last year. Comeback story. Could potentially just won the game for State College with that big-time touchdown.
Yurka did not have a rushing attempt until this game, and now he is so dynamic. But
another flag on the field. Looks like it was after the play, John. I saw the official throw his flag after the play was over. We'll see what the call is.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. 26 white. The touchdown is good.
so they're calling the penalty on Trevor Luther.
Yeah, it looks like something happened after the play. That'll be enforced on the kickoff, which doesn't mean much. Ziff has a good leg anyways, so.
But here is the all-important extra point.
Yep, very important here, especially in a one-score game. As Ziff awaits the kick, and the kick is up, and it is good.
John Ziff
right down the middle as John Ziff sends that down the middle. And with 2 minutes to play, it is a one-score game here from Memorial Field in State College. You're watching high school football on CNET. Welcome back to State College. One-score game here, very tight game. Ziff will get to kickoff at the 45-yard line. Last time this happened, John, we saw a little trickeration on the kick, sort of downed it near the 20. Didn't try to kick it all the way out of the end zone. We'll see what he does here.
They only really saved a yard on that play. Let's see if they can do a better job of it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them try to get it down near the 10, more of a high squib, if you will.
Yep. See if they do that here. Ziff kicks it away, and he kind of just sends it right into the end zone, line drive kick.
That's smart because they're not messing around. Because imagine if the push kick goes wrong and goes out of bounds, you're giving Chambersburg the ball at the 40-yard line.
Exactly. So smart play call there on special teams as State College and this defense need one more stop to send this one home on senior night. Last game of the regular season, State College hoping to improve to 6-3. Hasn't been as good of a year as it was last year, but they're trying to get the big win here.
Now, if Chambersburg does go 3 and out, they do have 3 timeouts, so depending how they use them, State College might need the first down.
Harmon takes the snap, looking to throw, finds Luther, who keeps turning the legs, gets near out of bounds at about, it looks like they're spotting him at the 30. They're going to move the chains. First down, Chambersburg.
So it's interesting. The clock did not run on that play. The ball was snapped at 2 minutes, and the clock still says 2 minutes here at Memorial Field. So I'm wondering, the referees have to be saying something because our clock says 1:56.
Yeah.
You can't just run an untimed play. That's not fair.
Yeah, the refs have, the clock issue's been apparent right here.
Please reset the clock to 1:57, please. 1:57.
The referees being on top of it. That's a really solid run or a pass, catch and run to the outside. They're going to need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Just get out of bounds. It doesn't matter where you get it, just get out of bounds.
Get some consistent yards and get out of bounds. As Harmon awaits the snap. Michael Gall coming around, sort of in a sneak blitz, and he does blitz. As Harmon gets rattled on that pass. Gets it off, but it is incomplete.
Keller and Gall imposing their will on this Chambersburg team. That was it just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Did Harmon get rid of that?
Yeah, lucky for Harmon to get rid of that. Now live to fight another down on 2nd and 10. Still 1:54 to play.
And the clock stopped.
Yep, plenty of time. See if Chambersburg tries to get another throw here.
If this is incomplete, I think you punt it away because you have 3 timeouts.
Yep. Harmon takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it right to Luther, who makes it all the way down to about the 45-yard line.
Luther, Eli Espinosa makes the tackle after a 15-yard
Luther's been huge in this game, time in and time out, John. He proves it again right there.
You're going to see the hurry up. Oh, no, you're not. They're going to take their time. Harmon is looking to the sideline. The seconds are ticking away.
This is an interesting play call here with still 40 or 55 yards to go to score. We'll see what they dial up here with 1:30 to play. Harmon rolls out to his right, fires, miss on that one, incomplete. They'll bring it up 2nd down and 10.
You saw the one-on-one press coverage to the near side on Jameer Jones. They're going to do that with Dylan over there with Brushwood over top as the safety.
Yeah, in a 1-score game, that's not a bad decision there by Harmon to sort of stop the clock on that play, especially when you didn't have maybe the play you wanted dialed up. Try to dial it up here with the clock stopped. So you have Jameer Jones, the bottom of your screen, single coverage with Addison Dillon once again. Harmon takes the snap, fires it off. Pass is caught by Harrison out of the backfield. He gets out of bounds once again.
There's still a long way to go, but with 1:21 left, with 3 timeouts, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
We'll see if they start using the middle of the field too with these 3 timeouts, consistently getting and running out the clock. 3rd down and 2 for Chambersburg. We'll see what the play calls, see if they run it here, John. It'd be interesting to see if they do that with the short yardage situation. Harmon takes the snap, rolls out, runs it himself, and he's going to be short by about a yard. Now you have an interesting call here for Coach Luther.
Timeout was definitely called there by Chambersburg, but it's 4th down and 1. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, you can almost do anything. And honestly, I'd hand it off to Antonio Harrison again.
I mean, yeah, Antonio Harrison might be the way to go on this sort of play. We'll see what the play call is when we come back here on CNET.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask for your assistance in keeping our stadium clean. Before you leave tonight, please dispose of all garbage in the cans located throughout the stadium. Your help policing our home is greatly appreciated.
welcome back as we have a very important 4th and 1, and it appears they're going to go for it.
They have to.
Yeah.
It's 4th in the game.
So this is going to be for the game here for Chambersburg. As Harmon takes the snap, fires, and Luther with the big catch down to the 39-yard line, and that's going to be first down for Luther. Another clock.
Well, the clock is not running, and you can hear the fans down below us. They're not happy.
They're not happy.
And now that really essentially gives Chambersburg a running clock, or they get an extra timeout, an extra timeout. They may take a 10-second runoff here, though.
Set the clock to 1:08. 1:08.
You can see how frustrated that referee is.
Yeah, he's very upset with the time clock. It's going to be first and down from the 39 for Chambersburg. Harmon takes the snap, looking to throw downfield. He does, but he overthrows it, and there's the interception. Who else? Running down the field is Brushwood. All the way to the 40-yard line. He's been clutching coverage all day, and he is the hero tonight for State College.
I don't know what Harmon saw. That throw was nowhere near his intended receiver. Brushwood was about 7 to 8 yards down the field, made the catch, beautiful return, and State College, they're going to kneel the ball 3 times, and this game is over.
Huge interception by Brushwood to seal this one on senior night. Gets the huge, and he hasn't been, very, very active all night, but he has a big play to send this one home, John.
Chambersburg has 2 timeouts left, but get ready to see victory formation.
Good ball. Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The delay of game just delays the game ending.
Another couple of seconds there, John, to delay this one on a Friday night in Happy Valley. As they're going to knee it. Corkery takes the first knee. As Luther calls his second timeout. That'll leave him with 1 remaining here with 41 seconds on the board. And State College had that bend but don't break defense for most of this game. They came up huge to end it.
Yeah, I mean, the offense didn't do much in the second half. They got the touchdown they needed.
Yeah.
Antonio Harrison had his way with this team. I'm surprised that they didn't just run the ball.
Yeah, on that one play, yeah. They had 3 timeouts or 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 2 timeouts to use. Antonio Harrison's, and he's been getting to the outside.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been tackled in bounds. So I'm surprised they went with the pass. They looked like they were going for it all, and Harmon just overthrew his receiver.
Yeah, Harrison, we don't have an official total on his yardage, but he looks like he might have, 70 to 80 yards in this game. He's been very consistent.
Easily. He's ripping off 8-9 yards a carry.
Another knee down to put this one in victory formation for State College. As Luther calls his final timeout.
Just 1 more kneel down, and that'll do it.
It's been a very hotly contested one here, especially in the second half for State College when they were up 14-0, tied the game up. Didn't have a lot of faith in Corkery. I mean, that'll be a little bit interesting moving forward heading into the postseason.
Yeah, State College, I'm surprised that Corkery didn't play. It worked out. Yurka was the guy that scored the go-ahead touchdown. He has so much experience back there. He's a more dynamic runner. I think that was what it came down to.
Yeah, and it came down to that in the second half. When they needed the big runs, they got it. They had a lot of good special teams play. John Ziff was very good tonight punting as well as kicking the ball.
Special teams was really the defining factor, whether it was the punt coverage team or it was the return team.
And that should just about do it here from Memorial Field as the clock is winding down. The fans are starting to cheer as State College played a tremendous game tonight, John, to get that in the first quarter, but throughout, Chambersburg made it close and made it tight.
If you're Chambersburg, this is a team that has historically beaten you every single time. It's been 20 straight years, but this is a moral victory almost heading into next season. You stuck around with a team that has been one of the more powerhouse teams in the state, in the district, in the conference.
Yeah, and State College is going to definitely have to shore some stuff up before they head to their postseason opponent next weekend in the first round of the PIAA playoffs. And we'll see what happens in the future for this, but this is our last coverage of high school football here on CNET. Here in State College, so it's been a great game. It was a great game tonight. Final score here live from Memorial Field: State College 21, Chambersburg 14. Good night, everybody.
On the post matchup for State College next week.